Hello everyone. Today let's welcome our guest Ms. Ria Mathur, who is the founder of Girl Up Empower Club. Girl Up Empower is a student-led initiative under Girl Up campaign. It is an initiative by the UN Foundation to empower and educate girls all across the world. She, along with her 30 team members, have worked towards a wide variety of causes like mental health awareness, menstrual hygiene and management, stigmatization of the LGBTQIA community, casteism, and the relevance of intersectional feminism in the Indian context. Hello, Ria. How have you
Thank you.
been?
Thank you, Ishika. Firstly, I'm really glad to be here. So, thank you so much for having me, and I'm good. Hope you're doing well too.
Yeah, we are doing well. Thank you so much. So let's start. Since
Yeah.
you create content on topical and recurring issues, could you please elaborate our viewers on what kind of content you create to uplift people?
All right. So, I think if we talk about upliftment, if you've seen Girl Up Empower, our main motto or something that we really, stand by, something that we feel is that we empower others when we empower ourselves, and we empower ourselves when we empower others. So I personally feel that, passing the mic, giving people a platform to share their experiences is something which is really, really important. And that is
Yeah.
something that we do with our campaigns. So, if you've gone through our social media and due to the ongoing situation, unfortunately, we've only been able to do online campaigns and we haven't been able to do offline campaigns. But hopefully, very soon, when things get better, we'll be able to do offline campaigns as well. But via our online campaigns, we try to touch base on certain topics which are not very often talked about, or if they are talked about, they're not given that much importance that they duly deserve. And there are a lot of issues that are often brushed under the carpet, and they really need to be talked about. They need to be brought out in the open, and they people need to be educated about them. And also, there are a lot of individuals who have faced quite some issues and have had experiences that we would really like to talk about and share when it comes to our platform. So we built this platform so that other people as well have a platform for their own selves to talk about their experiences. And I think even if one individual talks about their experience, there are many other individuals who look at that and who feel inspired to share their own experiences. So it's really important that people are given a platform, people are given a voice to talk about what is really important and also share their experiences. We shouldn't really appropriate, but we should really pass the mic and let them talk about what they have to and their own experiences in the right way. So we do that through our online campaigns right now, and we've done over 40 plus campaigns in the past 1 year of Girl Up Empower. And apart from that, we have a content team. So we're currently a team of 50 plus members. We have a content team which works extensively on writing articles and infographics for our own website. Girl Up Empower has its own website as well. And we constantly publish articles and infographics on things which are extremely important, like topics that I really mentioned, like you rightly mentioned in the very beginning. And obviously, we also talk about mental health, which is an extremely important aspect in present day. We share infographics which we feel could be related to the ongoing issues and also could be relatable for our audience, because I think that is what is of utmost importance, that our audience is able to relate with what we're posting and it helps them in some way or the other. So that's how we believe in uplifting other individuals, and we feel that even if we're able to make one individual feel empowered, that is something that is mutually beneficial for both them as well as us. So yeah, that's how we work towards this.
It's really great. Even we hope that you can start with your offline campaign as soon as possible because
Yeah.
empowering people and feeling empowered is a really great thing these days, and
True.
it gives a sense of satisfaction as well.
Definitely.
Like Girl Up Empower organized various campaigns. Let's talk about some of the recent campaigns by the organization.
Sure. So, like I mentioned, we've completed over 40 plus offline online campaigns, and some of our recent campaigns have been in collaboration, in fact, with other organizations. And one of this campaign was Phenomenally Normal in collaboration with the Girl Power, and it's actually one of my most favorite campaigns that we did as well, because with this campaign, we talked about how the most phenomenally normal things are those things that actually empower us, and how very phenomenally normal individuals are those individuals who inspire us and empower us in very extensive ways. And we don't always need something very extravagant. We don't always need something very huge to empower us. Even the slightest or tiniest of thing can inspire and empower us. So, for example, one of the participants of this campaign shared their story with us, and they talked about how, her and her mother recently like lost her father, and how after that she learned so much from her mother, because she saw her mother embrace her vulnerability so strongly and so boldly, and she saw how she possessed so much strength after that, and how she took her experience to basically build that life for herself. So that really empowered her, and it was a very normal thing. It's a very everyday thing, that everyday thing in the sense that you have these individuals in your life on a very general basis. You see these people, they're in your life every day, but yet they end up inspiring you and empowering you in a very phenomenally normal way. So that was our aim behind this campaign, that we talked about things which are extremely basic, extremely normal, but still end up empowering us in the uh, in a very massive way. So that's what this campaign focused on. Apart from this, we also did a campaign in collaboration with Project Up, which was the LGBTQIA plus community campaign, LGBTQIA plus community and mental health campaign. And it talked about how the people who are a part of the queer community faced issues while coming out, or with respect to their friends, or with respect to their families, and how it has the stereotype around it has hampered their mental health. And basically they shared their experiences with respect to the entire community and their mental health. And I think it's a very strong thing to do. And as I mentioned, that even if one person shares their experience, it really inspires a lot of other individuals to come forward and share and talk about their experiences. And I think once you do share your experience, it really empowers you in a very great way. So I think that's what we really look forward to build upon in this community, and that's what we aim to while starting and doing these campaigns.
I'm sure people who must have been part of this organization have had spectacular time working like this. You're absolutely right that sharing experiences makes feel people empowered.
Yeah.
So let's
So
move on. Your organization partners up with different other organizations. Am I right, Ria?
yeah. Yeah.
In these tough times, how have you been able to keep up the whole idea of collaboration and holding events online?
So, as we started and we established Girl Up Empower in March, which was actually the beginning of the pandemic, and it has definitely been difficult in terms of not being able to do offline campaigns, or actually physically going out and doing what we actually wanted to in terms of our drives, or in terms of our campaigns. But I would say we've also made the most of it when it comes to the offline online bit of it, because it's really helped us connect in terms of the social media aspect. And social media has definitely proven to be beneficial when it comes to connecting people, sharing platforms, and sharing their experiences. Obviously social media has its pros and cons, but this is definitely true, that we've been able to reach out to a lot of organizations in terms of collaborations, and we have worked in pressing issues that definitely need to be talked about. And like I mentioned, we would really want to, execute those campaigns on a very on a very personal basis. Like, if we want to actually physically go there and, to be able to physically experiment those campaigns. But when we talk about collaborations, I think we have partnered with multiple organizations working along the same line of what we are, and, who have their causes aligned with us. And we've been able to successfully execute campaigns which talk about issues that we focus on. And we have had multiple participants come in and share their experiences. And it has been great. But of course, we keep it in a way that it benefits the audience as well, because I think at the end of the day our aim is that our audience is benefited out of what we are putting across. So it's really, really important that we keep that in mind as well. So yeah, that is something that we definitely keep in mind. And as of now, given the situation, which is, it's actually kind of getting worse in present day, so we do definitely keep that in mind, and we reduce our events and campaigns accordingly. But at the same time, we organize them in a way that they are benefiting our audience or are focusing on issues that need to be talked about.
You have kept a really holistic environment among the people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, like, so yeah, what message would you like to give to the young girls who are all set to start their career? Right.
So I think this is one thing which I strongly believe in. Like, when we are starting out something, there are two things that really bother us. One is the external criticism. When we are starting something, we'll always have 10 people. If there are 90 people appreciating us, there will always be 10 people who are criticizing us, or there's always constructive criticism, but I'm not really talking about the constructive aspect of it. I'm just talking about criticism which isn't really asked for, or which isn't really in our best interest. So obviously, like, if there are 90 people who are speaking in our favor, or who are actually complimenting us, there will be a 10% of people who will always criticize us for what we are going ahead with, or who will try to bring us down. And
Really.
ironically, we will focus on that 10% only. We will not really look at that 90%, but we will focus on those 10%
Was
of people. Yeah, and it's really, I mean, I think that is something which most of the times stops us from doing what we want to, because we're often, like, worried about what other people might have to say or what they've already said to us. And I personally think that there are these labels that ever since we start out, or even as kids, there are these labels that we go around with. So human beings have this tendency to put labels on everything, and you are supposed to fit in that label. And if you kind of move out of that label, you are absurd, you're not fitting into the societal standards. And we really need to firstly stop confining ourselves to those labels. We really need to get rid of these labels, like labels like too strong, or too bold, or too soft, too silent. And every time you do something, you are labeled, and there's this label which goes against what you are doing. So we really need to stop labeling individuals, and we really need to even if we are labeled, we need to break through. We need to stop fitting in, and we need to stop confining those four walls of that label. So I think it's really important, firstly, to not confine, or not given to those 10 people who are bringing you down and who have their doubts on you. And as I said, there are two things which really stop us. One is the external criticism, and the second thing is the internal criticism. So once we get over that, it's always us who doubt our own selves. And we're like always on this thing where whenever we're starting something, we'll always feel that, we're not good enough for it, or we'll always have this internal fear that what if it doesn't work out, and what if it doesn't happen the way we want it to. But I think it's really important that whenever you're going in for something, you should go wholeheartedly and not half-heartedly. And I think that is what really makes a difference. If you're full-fledgedly into what you want to do, you will achieve what you want. It's just that there needs to be consistency, there needs to be a full-fledged plan. Like, I personally believe you should have a whole vision set for what you really want to do. You shouldn't go half-heartedly or half prepared. And even after that, like, even after you have a whole vision prepared, if after that you have some sort of internal doubt, that is what you need to fight. Because once you have a vision, once you have an aim for what you really want to do, I don't think it really matters what anybody else says, because you should believe that you are ready for all that you have to go and achieve. So yeah, I think
That's really
that is
great. Yeah, I mean, like, you have good thoughts. I appreciate it. You are
thank you.
right. Like, when you start up something, there is a lot of criticism from all the sides in
Yeah,
life, and to face that is a really strong. You have to be really strong
true.
and vulnerable to face that.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
so Girl Up Empower has helped people and has a different idea of its own, right?
Yeah.
Could you tell us about the response from people when you first set off this with organizing the campaigns?
So honestly, when we started, now at present day, you'll see there are a lot of other Girl Up clubs coming up, and I think it's really amazing to see how greatly and how vastly Girl Up has spread as a community. And I would really encourage every girl to like start their own Girl Up club in whatever way possible and wherever possible, because I think when we talk about, like I mentioned, the labels, or just in general, if we talk about patriarchy, I think we as an individual need to start with wherever we can. And that's how I started. Like, we were a team of 5 people when I started, and we just started off with this campaign which was on victim blaming and also on body positivity. And I think, and our first campaign actually ironically was on labels. So it was talking about how you would want to delabel yourself from all those labels that have been attached to you as an individual. So I think that's how we started, and the campaign that we did was pretty unique from whatever was going on, and it was something that we really put our mind to, and we felt like it was something out of the box, which is pretty ironical, labeling and out of the box. So we really thought of doing this campaign and going ahead with it, because we wanted our first campaign to be something that we also stand for, and what we want to like begin with. So we started with that, and we got a great response with respect to the participants who participated, and they told us that they instantly felt really empowered with sharing their experience. And that's why I mentioned that even if you share your experience, there will be, even if one person shares their experience, there will be so many other individuals wanting to come and do that after that, because they feel that level of comfort, they feel that level of empowerment after they see that. And for the individual themselves who is sharing their experience, I feel it's really empowering to just let out and share your experience. So that's what we received as a feedback, and I felt that we need to definitely do more of that, and we really need to pass the mic and basically give individuals a platform to talk about what is extremely important to them. And with whatever campaign we do, we would want other individuals to be a part of it and share their experiences in whatever way they can. So that's how we started, and then we started growing our community, we started growing our club, and now, as I mentioned, we're at present a team of 50 plus individuals from all across, um, I think Delhi mostly. We have students from various different colleges, majorly from Delhi University, but yeah, we have students from different colleges as well.
When you share experiences, it also inspires other people, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, okay, I am sure it has given all our viewers a great insight to the organization. I would like to ask you one last thing. What
Yeah,
suggestions would
sure.
you like to give to the people who are crawling through this patriarchal world?
So I think patriarchy is something which has persisted for a really, really long time, and if not very obviously at present, but it's still there subliminally. And I think we're still very privileged to say that it's there subliminally, because it is actually there very obviously also in a lot of aspects of life and for a lot of other individuals. So I think it's really, really important. Firstly, education is something which is really important, because I feel like still at present there isn't as much conversation as there needs to be with respect to patriarchy or knowing your rights in general, feminism in general. I think there is still a lot of miscommunication and understanding when it comes to the concepts, and there needs to be more conversation, there needs to be more knowledge about these things, so that every individual is educated about what it actually means and they know what they need to work towards. And I think when we talk about patriarchy, there are a lot of aspects to it. There is not only just patriarchy, there is internalized misogyny. And when we talk about internalized misogyny, it's actually sad to see that patriarchy by itself is not the root cause of all this. It's just like it's a very vast thing, and there are a lot of other sub themes to it as well. There are a lot of other things to it as well which add on to it. And
Yeah.
I feel like as an individual, you really need to start with where you are. As I mentioned that, I feel like every other girl should start, or even, I mean, it's not limited to just one specific gender. I think anybody for that matter, any individual can start a girl up club. It does not necessarily have to be a girl, but anybody believing in the idea, anybody believing in the cause definitely needs to start this or any other initiative for that matter that they truly believe in. And basically start with whatever resources you have, start with whatever platform you have. And if you have the privilege, like for example, if I am privileged, I need to accept that I am privileged, and I need to extend that privilege, because a lot of people don't have it. And if I extend my privilege, I need to give somebody else the platform, somebody else the resources to actually share and come out and talk about their experiences. I need to pass the mic, I need to amplify their voices and not appropriate. I think that is what is really important. And as I mentioned, education, because fighting for what is right will only happen when you know what is right and what is wrong. And
Right.
there is still a lot of confusion, there is still a lot of miscommunication, misunderstanding of the themes and the topics. And when we talk about feminism, there's also intersectional feminism. It's not just, it's not just to one strata of women. So we really need to understand what these concepts mean. We really need to share as much as possible, and we really need to come together to actually, work towards it. And we really need to have a vision. I think that's all that really matters.
Yeah, yeah. I
So yeah.
mean, you are inspiring people to be vocal and voice out their opinions, and and also explain them that their opinions really matter, no matter what people
Yeah,
think about
definitely.
it, right? So
Definitely.
it was great to have you, Ria. Thank you so much for giving us your time. So here I
Thank you for having me. It was great for me to be here, and I'm really glad that I could do this.
thank you so much.